Guys, I have created the most ultimate disguise. You will never guess who I am ever again on this server, but ever again, you'll never be able to tell who I am ever again. Just trust me on this. Ta-da! You'd never have guessed. Anyways, so I've spent hours on this. I'm not even going to lie. I've spent way too long on this. Oh man, it's not as easy as it looks, but also it's a lot easier than I thought it was. So what is going on here, basically? Oops, I left that on. Let's hide that. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so what's going on here and how this is working is this line, well, these 100 or so lines of code here, not even quite 100. They're incredibly messy, they're incredibly condensed. If I actually programmed this like properly and like was going to release it or whatever, I would have like expanded this like 3 times. It'd be like 300 lines. Not including like the plugin information, like all that stuff and like the YMLs. Just this like actual class here. Not even including the other stuff on here, but just these 2 methods would have been expanded a lot more. So don't even worry about that. The code is a mess, that's fine. But what I had to do to get that code, other than the fact that I copied some parts of it because I wasn't really sure how to do it, but you know, at the same time I tried my best to do as much as I could without anyone's help. I spent so much time reading the wiki on informations and like packet stuff, and oh my god, what's the one I'm looking for? I spent forever looking at this, understanding what's going on here, and then I moved on to this one. Ow, fuck, I hit my head. I looked on here and I understand, I'm using protocollib to make it easier, but it still doesn't make it that much easier. I went here to look at protocollib and it's like, what is going on here? So then I looked at the protocollib source code, and this is packet wrapper, which makes the packets easier to understand. That way I can see directly what's going on in protocollib. And I'm going to the protocollib source code to see how the wrappers work. And that wasn't even enough. I still had to decompile the spigot jar to see what was going on in the actual classes themselves. It was a slight mess. And I finally got it to work after so long. And since I've only spent 2 minutes talking about this so far, I'm going to go into details about how this works. This code here runs at startup. It runs when the plugin loads, and what it is, it runs this code asynchronously, so that way it can connect to the servers and whatever. What it does, it pulls Hypixel skin from the Minecraft session servers and the skin servers, and then serializes it using some reflections magic and stuff like that. Serializes it? That's not even close to the right term. However, it's 6 in the morning, I don't care about the right term anymore. It processes it, and basically it just gives us the skin textures after all this code. It gives us just the skin PNG files. As simple as that, so it stores it for when the command is used. So what's going on itself? So that's how you get the skin. What's going on here is kind of exactly how /Nick on Hypixel works, or if you've ever had a skin changing plugin ever before. You're still yourself. I'm still technically myself, even though my tablet's name has changed. I'm still myself. I still have OP. I can still interact with objects perfectly fine. Whatever I want. Everything works perfectly fine. On the server's end, nothing has changed. The server still thinks I'm Wacky21001, I have OP, I have all this and that, it's still my own server. However, for every single client on the server, or every player that's online when I run the commands, ultimately, too lazy to implement it properly, and just everyone that's online when the command is fired, views me as the disguised character. Client side only, so only the client thinks I'm this character, not the server. So that's how this works. The packets that are sent to the server basically tells the clients to render myself like this. Whoops, that's not the right one. That's not the right one either. This is the right one. Tells the clients to render myself like this. How does that work? Well, very simply, there's 3 packets here. They're numbered 1, 3, and 4. There was a second one. Apparently it was not needed, so I just erased it and kept the numbers strange. That's fine. Don't worry about that. The very first packet, very simple. It destroys the existing player. Client side tells it to not render it anymore, tells it to, I think, to remove it from the tab list. I'm hoping. Who knows if that actually I think that works like that. I don't know. It's a very simple packet that only requires the entity ID of the player, so that's why it's being sent. And when the client receives this packet, it just despawns the player and then re-renders it when I call on the next packet. That's not true. It's the last packet. Anyways, the next packet is the one that contains the most data. And in the weirdest way, when you join a server, the very first packet that gets sent out to tell other players that you've joined is a tab list one. So they put all the very important information about your character in the tab list packet. So when you're sending the skin to all the clients, like Hypixel skin here, it is in the tab list, not in anything else. Your ping, your name, your everything is in the tab list packet. The actual packet that, you know, uses your location has none of that. So in here, I have the fake name and the fake skin. And basically, I just create a new wrapped, well, that's if you're using protocol, a player profile. Info data, I don't know actually what it is on the NMS side of this. I just use protocol to make it easier. So it has the fake profile. It has a ping, which I set to 100 just by default. It has your game mode. It has your new name, your chat displayed name. I'm pretty sure if you actually like interacted, it doesn't actually work like that. It still says, yeah, YQ2001. So it's just a display name in the tab list and above your head. And then this is where the skins get removed. Your old skin, or in this case, since I rewrote the player's data, the Alex skin or Steve skin that you're using gets rewritten with a Hypixel skin I put in that I saved from earlier. That's so simple. And then the packet gets sent with all your data. And this value here, yeah, this is just a list data. And then the very final packet is the most critical one, because without this packet, you won't see any player, or you'll be permanently invisible. That's fun. This packet actually spawns in the player for players that aren't you. It just has your ID, your UUID, your location, your pitch and your yaw, and the item you're holding. That's how that works. It's not too difficult. Then you send these packets and ta-da, you have a working disguise plugin. Now you need to do more if you're going to like actually use it properly and like all this stuff. It's just to prove I can do it. So that was a fun project that I spent hours on. It's 6 in the morning now. I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. But it's done. I can finally rest easy knowing that I have finally accomplished one of my biggest goals when I started Spigot programming, was to understand the protocol in a way that I can do basically whatever I wanted, and I have basically done whatever I wanted now. There's very little left for me to do in the protocols, so hopefully I'll figure out something to do soon. You guys have no idea how much time I spent. I've had like 5 days off, 6 days off from school now, and I've just done this. I've been playing with the protocol and NMS like mobs and stuff all the time. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, but at the same time, I haven't played any video games. I've played like a little bit of survival Minecraft, a bit of GTA, and a bit of EU4. So that's that done. I'm really happy with this. I know it's not that impressive, but I thought a couple months ago that it'd be impossible for me to ever get to this level. So I'm very proud of myself in that sense too. I don't know. I'm rambling on because it's late at night. Either way, this is my disguise plugin, and it's never going to be released publicly. You can copy this code if you want. It actually is like no NMS in it, so it's not version specific. So if you can make a Spigot plugin and you want to use this for some reason, then here's all the code. I've shown it the entire video. It technically runs. If you have protocol lib, it'll technically run. That's all I have to say, so thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with something else that I'll make eventually, probably. Who knows? And yeah. Maybe a Blitz video one day. Maybe a Whales SG video one day too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If I ever feel like playing those games, so maybe I'll play them. Alright, that's it guys. So thank you all for watching. I'm definitely not YQT, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.